Hello, guys. It's Shay. I just really wanted to hop on tonight and just give you some warning signs on really what to look out for when you're dating or you're in a relationship when it comes to a narcissist. Um, with me, I ignored a lot of red flags, in the beginning because I was just young, looking for love, and I just kind of overlooked so many things, in that process. So, now that I have gone no contact and I've had some time to really, decompress and just think about, the things that have happened, I just want to say that number one, first and foremost, always look at how they treat their family members, especially their mother, their sisters, the women in their family mostly. The narcissist that I had dated, never really spoke well of his mother or his sisters. He was never really the type of guy that was just said any had anything positive to say towards anyone in his family or just anyone in general. So that's going to be the first step you want to look for when it comes to a narcissist, just someone that is just so negative. They always want to point the finger at other people, and they always just they always have something to say about someone else. And secondly, they always surround themselves with women. When I met him, he had so many female friends, and I didn't really want to be the type of girl that was jealous or, I didn't want to come off of as insecure, jealous, or any of that stuff. So I kind of let it slide. And as time went on, I mean, he took advantage of that. And now that I look back, it was just a way to make me fight for him, and it's ridiculous. So that's the second sign you want to look for is when they just have way too many female friends. I mean, they have one or two guy friends, but when it comes to, working and stuff like that, it's ridiculous. All they talk to is just it's women, just nothing but women. So that's the second sign. Again, firstly, how they treat their parents, especially their mothers and their sisters. Secondly, who they surround themselves with, their friends circles, the people they are just around in general. And thirdly, their habits. You have to really just look out for things they're interested in, things that they do, the things that they say, the things that just really don't make sense. And you look past it in the moment because you're so wrapped up in being in love and, wanting a relationship. But for me, the red flags were always there. They were always there. But when you're in that love bombing stage, I guess that's why they throw it on you so hard, is because they try to get you to overlook that stuff. So, you know, always be cautious of these toxics. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a narcissist, BPD, any kind of toxic, dysfunctional person. I mean, they're going to have certain patterns that they cannot hide, and when you are just vulnerable and you're young and you're just, kind of have some inner work you need to do yourself, you really just, you don't know how to look for it, So again, I mean, I would definitely recommend, just always, always, create boundaries for yourself. That's the one thing a narcissist hates is when someone says no. So, if you don't want to do something, make sure you say no. Don't do it out of just to be nice or just to make them happy or, be comfortable with who you are and what you're comfortable with doing. Because when you let them overstep those boundaries is when they're going to take it even further and see how much more, more what else can I do to get away with? What else? What else? What else? What else? And then that's what leads into this big ridiculous situation. So, you know, make sure you definitely have boundaries around these type of people. And when you do, then they will go away. And don't take it personally if they do, because that just means that you are a strong person that's not going to deal with the dysfunction, and they want to surround themselves with people who are weak, with people who have, low self worth, no boundaries, that just are kind of in the same mental state that they are. So, with my ex, like I said, it seems like the nicer I was to him, and the more that I tried to overlook things, is it was just almost as a pass. Well, she's very empathetic. She's very kind-hearted. She's very giving. So let me play on that. Let me see how much I can take, like everything wise, when it comes to trust, when it comes to money, when it comes to, you know, um, boundaries. I mean, it just, they test you when it comes to all of that stuff. So if you're entering in a relationship, if someone is too controlling, they don't want to be told no. Um, it's moving way too fast, like way too fast. I mean, he like as soon as we met at a party, and right after that, we didn't separate. We didn't separate. We were together for 12 years, So everything happens so quick with a narcissist, because I guess that's what they want to do. They want to get you hooked, So anyone that wants to move too quick, there's a problem there, because you haven't given yourself time to really get to know them, and that in itself is a huge, huge, huge red flag, because it's like, well, how do you love me so much if you don't even know me? I guess that's how they get you, So you really have to just look at it for what it is. And, going through the situation and me coming out of it now, I realize that, it's just mind games. They love playing mind games with people that they think are lesser than them, because we all know that narcissists think that they are superior, that they are better than everyone, so they try to do and say whatever they can to just make themselves to be like the most best, smartest person in the world. So, if someone is overconfident and they are always pointing the finger at other people, and they are always saying negative things about their family members or just other people, jealousy is another thing I noticed. I mean, if he saw someone with a nice car or a nice house, it wasn't, oh, wow, that person must have worked hard for what they've gotten. It's, oh, just, it was a snooty remark towards that, or just family members that he has that are successful. It's always, well, this or that or the other, or they just got lucky. No, it's little things, that are just so negative that you kind of overlook because, again, you're just maybe in a vulnerable state, and you just, like me, wanted to feel secure. I wanted security. And, but now that I'm looking back, that's what they play on. They really look for people who are just easy to control. So, if you're in a relationship and you want to figure out if they're toxic, make sure that they are not trying to control every little thing you do. If they're trying to move the relationship way too fast, you know, bank accounts, getting credit cards, this and that, joint accounts and buying homes and this and that. I mean, literally trying to enmesh way too quick. There's a problem there. It's not right. And you have to step back and really think, okay, if it's too good to be true, it usually is. I know it's nice to have someone come in and sweep you off your feet and act like your life is going to be perfect, but you really have to step back and say, why is this person doing this? Because we've only been together 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, so you really just have to look at it, you know, all aspects of the situation and dig a little deeper. So I just wanted to hop on and say that, guys. Have a good night.